All right then. So since we successfully created the Next.js application, and now all we have to do is to go ahead and install the UI library. In this case, I'm going to use the ShadCN UI. This is a very lightweight and highly user-friendly when you're working with the React and Next.js applications because it comes really handy, right? It's completely open source and it's a lightweight, right? So open the ui.shadcn.com and click the get started option, and you can see the different options, different frameworks over here. React Router, White applications, and Gatsby, Astro, Laravel. In this case, we're going to use the Next.js itself. So click the Next.js, right? So it is showing us to create a new project. In this case, we already created the project, right? So all I have to do is to copy this command, use the package installer as you wish. In this case, since we are already using the pnpm, I'm going to go with pnpm itself. So paste it, pnpm dlx shadcn initialize. So hit the enter. So that is going to initialize. So these are the color patterns. Base color, what is the base color of your website? Is going to be neutral, gray, stone, slate. These are like different grayish colors, right? So in this case, I'm going to go with neutral itself. All right, so now it has been initialized. Now you can add the components one by one, different components as you wish, but in this case I'm going to add everything in an instance just by running this command, add -all. So that is going to download all the components which is used in the ShadCN UI itself. So it is going to install all the dependencies. See, these are all the dependencies which has been successfully downloaded, and once it has been downloaded, you can see a new folder it's created called components. Inside the components there is a new folder called UI, and all the UI components which is being used over here are being downloaded as a complete code, right? We can use this component or we can customize this component as you wish, right? So in this case, we have all our necessary UI files, right? And I'm going to show you how to use them. So let me run this pnpm run dev. So let me get back into the app and click the page. Let me close everything, and then I'm just going to say home page, home page. So by the time when I created this component, I used then small extension called like what to say, a short form SFC. So create a stateless function component. So in that situation, how to install that extension? So basically, those are the snippets which helps us to create the React applications, to work with the React applications in a much faster way. So you need to search for React snippets. So if you search for React snippets, you can see a very first one, the simple React snippets and ES7 React snippets. I strongly recommend you to install both of them because that comes really handy when you're working with real applications, React applications. Then you need to install this Tailwind CSS IntelliSense, because when you're working with Tailwind CSS, we can't memorize every utility classes, but this IntelliSense will helps you to suggest the utility classes when you're typing them. Right, so that's really helps us to build an application. Then we need to use this prettier. So this prettier helps us to format the code. Every time when you save the file, it needs to format and align the code properly. So I'm going to use this prettier for that, right? Then I'm just going to run this application. It should display the home page. Perfect. So now we have that home page over here. Right, so let me show you the component, how to use them. So think about it. I'm going to use this button UI. So type button, and it is going to automatically come from add components UI button. Then I'm just going to say click me. So it does have some default styles over here. For instance, let's say change the variant of that variant. So basically the variant is going to be default or destructive, ghost, the different styles over here. Let's say destructive, which comes in a red color. And let's say if you don't want that button to be, let's say that should be a ghost button, just like that, but it is a button, right? So these are the different variants, and think about it, the size. So if you want a large button, simply give large. You can see now it is big. If you want a small size button, small. And if you want that button to be an icon, just like that, right? So these are the buttons, the styles which we are using it from the where from the ShadCN. So unless like other component UI libraries, this ShadCN will gives us the flexibility to construct our own UI just by using their own components, right? So now we successfully install the ShadCN, and next we need to install the authentication.